This is the fourth time you guys are seeing the Clippers. Just what do you remember about these matchups and what's been important in these games?
It's going to be a test of staying true to who we are. They're a really aggressive team. They have a lot of firepower. They're good on defensive end, so we got to go in there, understanding what it's going to be for 48 minutes and execute our game plan.
You guys have been pretty successful against their really good defense. What's key to making sure you're able to find your looks against them?
Keeping the ball moving, playing with pace. Don't get sucked up into their game. Staying, like I said, true to who we are. I think that's gonna be our recipe for success.
And obviously, they're a different team than when we last played them. Obviously, they got Kawhi back. They added Bogey at the deadline. Like, what's changed about them, and how does that maybe change the landscape over these next few weeks and possibly the playoffs?
I just think it makes the offense, much more dynamic. But we've played both guys, and so we know what to expect going out there. We watched plenty of film, and so when it comes to that, I think we got the right game plan. So we just got to execute.
Obviously, there's no replacement for playoff experience, and I know you guys have clinched the first seed for some days now. Like Mark talks about these next 12 games like they're not an insignificant amount of time. Are there things you can get better at these next 12 games without needing playoff experience?
Oh yeah, each and every night. No matter who we're playing, we play each game with the same tenacity. We believe that each opponent holds the same weight, and so we know that we can learn from each and every game, no matter what it is. We can take away something.
So what are you still trying to see before the playoffs come around?
Just continue to build continuity with the guys. Just testing our muscle as far as, we know what we're playing for at the end of the day. We're not trying to just win tonight's game. We're trying to, be strong enough to win the last game of the season. And so with that, it just comes with building defensive habits, offensive habits, playing together no matter the score, down or up, and just, doing it that way.
What do you think about the Hogs making the Sweet 16?
Come on, man. Woo pig, baby. I mean, they're rolling. It's good to see. It's good to see. Unfortunately, I never got to, play in the NCAA. COVID got me my second year, went NIT my first year. But, I mean, every time they go and they make strides, it makes me happy. And I get to watch the NCAA tournament one more game longer. So they're the only team I watch. So, yeah.
You and Jay Will get a chance to watch together. You guys talk about it in the locker room much?
We talk about it. But I think it's just one of those things that it brings people together. Obviously, NCAA is fun basketball. It's real competitive. And so just having a team that you can root for constantly and hoping they go as far as they can makes me happy.
Speaking of Arkansas, you and Jay Will got to talk to Stephen Hill the other day, and former Razorback also. I just wondered what you made of that. I mean, he played one game for the Thunder, but is still connected with the organization. I don't know, just what resonates about that with you as a player?
I mean, obviously, home ties and former Razorback is always good to catch up and meet people that you didn't know, went through the system. But I think it just shows the value that OKC holds for their players. I mean, he wasn't here for much time, but they still have a spot in their heart for him. So he's a great guy, great family. It was good catching up with him.
Thanks, Isaiah.
Yeah.
Thunder here in Los Angeles to take on the Clippers. 12 games remaining in the regular season. I've got Alex Caruso here alongside me. And AC, you guys had a dominant homestand back home. You come on the road, a dozen games left. In your experience, what are some core things to be focused on as a team right now, if anything different than what you've done the first 72 games?
Yeah,
70 games.
Nothing different, just kind of, fine-tuning and locking everything in. At this point, I think we kind of know what our identity is. We've played to it a lot this year. It's just about being consistent with that and trying to make sure we're in a good spot going into postseason.
Yeah, you guys have such great balance offensively right now, it seems. Everybody getting into it. You seem to have great balance from behind the arc and on these driving attacks, the force that you've been playing with. How comfortable do you feel right now just in terms of the quick decisions that you're making on the floor?
Yeah, I'm just getting a lot of really good looks and pretty easy reads, playing off of closeouts. Playing in transition, and then playing off of Shea, and then double it when he was in. So I've just been working on it through the year. It's a new system, kind of read and react versus more like traditional pick and roll and traditional NBA style offense. So it took me a little while, but I'm starting to get the hang of it and starting to feel comfortable with it.
How do you feel like that random basketball to some degree is impacting opposing defenses? Your top 3 in offensive rating as a team, and just seem to really be able to put points on people.
Yeah, I mean, part of that is we got a bunch of different guys that can pass, dribble, shoot. It can do everything. So having to respect that and play off of that as a defense is really tough because, you think you close out well to a guy and then he drives it. You commit somebody and then they kick it out and that guy can also shoot. You close out to him, he'll drive you. So it just puts teams in difficult spots. And like you said a second ago, it's just about making good reads at that point. And, guys have been doing that all year.
The place that you guys have really hung your hat, though, all season is the defensive end. Far and away the best defensive team in the league in terms of defensive rating. You're facing a Clippers team who's been one of the very best in the league this season on that end also. Tell me about that matchup and these two clashing styles.
Yeah, they got a lot of good defenders just individually, and then you put that together with some of their coaching staff who have real knack for the defensive end just through their tenure in the league. It makes for a good storm of defense, just kind of like we do. So they got long athletes. They got guys that can get up in the ball and pressure, constantly stabbing at the ball, trying to steal the ball, reach, and play aggressive. And a lot of that stuff is how we play too. So it'll be a good matchup.
Yeah, with that in mind, I mean, you got guys like James Harden and Kawhi Leonard to have to deal with, not to mention the shooting prowess of Norm Powell and Bogdanovich on the wing. What are some of the core jobs tonight defensively on that initial point of attack?
Yeah, I think just being in the gaps for each other. Obviously James Harden, Kawhi, two potential Hall of Famers, obviously all NBA, all-star caliber players. So being there to help each other with that, obviously that's not a one-on-one task that anybody's going to handle tonight on their own. And then just being able to win closeouts coming out of that, getting close to the touch on shooters, and then we're playing slow, shorter on guys. Containing the drive and trying to win the closeout.
You guys have defended with all five all season long, been really connected on that end. It's been awesome to see. Good luck out there tonight.
Thanks, Nick.
All right, that's Alex Caruso. I'm Nick Gallo. This is Thunder Basketball.